Hello all, I'm Subramanian. On the previous video, we started talking about the functional requirements, manufacturing requirements and assembly requirements for a design to be complete. Let us talk about the same with some examples. Let us not even consider the automotive industry here. Let us consider taking a pen as an example or a marker as an example, right? What could be the functional requirements for these components, for a pen or a marker? It should of course write smoothly, write a lot of pages. It should be easy for you to hold. You should have a grip when you write. It should be easy for you to keep in your pocket. It should not leak. You should not the cap of the pen should close really tight so you don't lose the cap. Right? There could be multiple functional requirements. A design engineer is a person who starts designing these components considering all these aspects. A designer is a person who will concentrate only on the look of the product. This is the difference. So now, knowing these functionalities, how can you influence in your design to satisfy this functionality? So whenever you engineer a component, you will have to be first thorough about the functionality of those components. Now that it's a pen, we are talking about writing, length of it, the way you wanted to hold it, the way you wanted to keep it in your pocket or in your bags, etc. etc. When it comes to automotive components, there are multiple materials involved, there are multiple components involved. How will you approach on the functionality of each component should be your thought process. Not to stop there, a design engineer will also consider the manufacturability aspect of the component. How am I going to produce this part? Okay, let us take the pen again. Pen is a plastic part and it is a cylindrical component. So more commonly it can be a roto-molding component, roto-molding process or a blow molding process or injection molding process. The reason for me to say these processes is that it is very important for a design engineer to also know multiple manufacturing methodologies across multiple materials. Most of our refill pens has this rubber for you to have the strength. This is now solving the functionality. And now you should also think about how will you produce this rubber component. Then comes the assembly aspect of it. How am I going to assemble these components together? Pen is not single piece. There is this outer body, there is this top nib which you close, top cap which you close, there is going to be a bottom closure, there is going to be a refill coming in, and this rubber strip which most of the pen has for you to have the grip on it. How am I going to assemble these components together? What methodologies do I follow to assemble these components? So that is why we say it is very important for you to know multiple manufacturing processes, multiple assembly processes, and understand the functionality of each and every component. So, and that is why we say that it is very important for an engineer to understand multiple assembly sequences, understand multiple manufacturing sequences, and understand the functionality of the part which you are working on. A designer will only know how will the product look, but an engineer is a person who brings this to reality by knowing these aspects, by knowing the manufacturing processes, by knowing the assembly processes, by knowing the functionality of the product. And this is where this DFM, DFA and DFMEA comes into picture. We will talk more about this DFMEA, DFA and DFM in the coming videos. See you in the next one.